Over the past couple years, I fell in love with the outdoor section of my local brewery, and apparently they just made some changes. So let's go check out the improvements. What? Why would they turn it back into a parking lot? Turns out, I'm not the only one mad about this. Lots of people are, and more importantly, the owners of the brewery themselves wish that they could still have a patio space. So why the change? I spent some time on the phone with one of the owners getting to know the history behind what happened, what they're planning to do about it, and how you can help. So take a seat, grab a drink, and let me explain everything. On July 14th, 2020, the COVID pandemic was in full swing and wreaking havoc on local businesses. So the Burbank City Council passed a resolution which allowed businesses to create outdoor dining on sidewalks and in parking stalls. The owners of Lincoln Beer Company reached out to the city and were assured that this decision applied to them, even though the wording only called out restaurants, not tasting rooms or breweries. Then, every year since, this program was extended through the end of the year until we finally arrive here. The city is studying a program for more permanent conversions. Only problem is, this study has been going on since the beginning of 2023. In the meantime, code enforcement suddenly showed up at Lincoln and said, "Yeah, so I see that the program applies to restaurants, and you seem to be a brewery. So yeah, if you could take this all down, reopen your parking, that would be great. Thanks." But here's what fires me up about this whole issue. There are multiple city documents which not only encourage this kind of change, but also set a clear path forward. Here they are. The Burbank 2035 General Plan puts Lincoln Beer Company in the Golden State Commercial and Industrial Area. For that area, they clearly state that they want to integrate transit, walking, biking, and other forms of transportation more often. This is why Lincoln is located so close to a protected bike lane, bus stops for lines which cover large chunks of the city, and a train station. So citizens already have working options that can get them to Lincoln even if we get rid of the car parking. But are we allowed to do that? Well, the general off-street parking standard in Burbank has a section which allows for a waiver within a parking district. It says that the Planning Commission is allowed to waive the mandated parking when they find that there are sufficient publicly owned automobile parking spaces in the vicinity. Since Lincoln would fall into this parking district, that means that all of these spaces located 1/10 of a mile from the business could apply. But how do we know if they would qualify as sufficient? Well, we get a clue directly from the Planning Commission themselves. Every time they have approved permits for Lincoln, they have stated that Lincoln primarily generates traffic outside of the typical operating hours of the other businesses in the area, which minimizes conflicts. And if that's not enough proof for you, then there's always the financial proof. The owners of Lincoln say that their revenue from their tasting room has dropped substantially since converting their patio back into parking. A clear indication that the lack of parking was not an issue for patrons. So here's how you can help. On Tuesday, Strong Towns Burbank is getting together with a group of people to make public comments at the City Council meeting. First, we want City Council to direct staff to expedite the amending of Lincoln's current CUP to allow using a portion of the parking lot for customer seating as was previously allowed. Second, we want City Council to direct staff to develop an expedited process so that all businesses are able to amend their existing CUPs to convert portions of their existing parking lot to other business purposes. So if you believe that parking mandates are killing our local businesses, or even if you simply want to get back to enjoying your rail splitter in the sunshine again, please come join us. I hope I hear you there.